All right, so for our spreadsheet, we're going to create um, some information about a donut shop. Okay, these are the best sellers, and we're going to put some data in here so that it calculates automatically for us. So here's an example. I already have what is called a formula that will automatically sum for us, and that is why you will see the dollar sign in the dash. Okay, so if I put totals in here, it will automatically total all the way across. Okay, so just simple totals. There we go. All right, so this is our these are our best sellers, and there's the data. Okay, I can make it look like more money, a little bit more, if I go ahead and come up here to increasing the zeros if I want. So increase zeros. There we go. Looks like money. Or you can decrease the zeros, so that you just get that total. So these are kind of the things that we're going to be working on in this spreadsheet. All right, so we will need to go ahead and recreate this spreadsheet right here so that we can just make it look the same. All right, so if you've ever played Battleship, this is basically Battleship. So this is cell A1, and in cell A1 you're going to go ahead and put the ABC Donuts bestseller title, custard, jam, chocolate, and total. January starts in B2. Okay, so now we're ready to go ahead and merge cells A1 to E1. So let me show you how to do that. So we click in the middle here, and we move this, click and hold and drag all the way over to E1, release. Now see, when you get these three dots right here, that means there's more information. So I want to merge. So in merging, it looks like this. And now I want to put it in the center. And then the final thing I want to do is I want to float the title in the center of the cell. In order to do that, I click and hold and drag. Now you can see right now it's at the bottom. Now it's in the center. And sometimes you might need it at the top. But for our purposes, we're going to go ahead and put it at in the middle. I always call it floating titles. So I'm just going to go ahead and select my whole chart, and I will float all information. I just think it looks better sometimes. Okay, let's go ahead and put in our borders. So right up here are our borders. There we go. Okay, so we're still trying to make our chart look like this. So in order to do that, we will need to use some of the tools that you are familiar with in your Word documents if you've done that. So we're going to go ahead and bold everything. And then we need to find the spilled paint can. And I'm going to go ahead and make everything gray. And then reduce from there. So I'm going to click in the middle here. I'm going to make that white. I'm going to come up here, choose the paint can again. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to do something unique here. As you can see, I have a lighter gray in these areas. I'm going to show you how to select those areas and only click the paint can once. So I'm in the total. I hold my control key down and then I click in this cell E6, still holding the control key. I'll click cell A6 and still holding the control key down, I click in cell A2. So you can see those areas are blue, and I've chosen to make it a lighter color. There we go. Okay, so your sheet should look similar to this image here. And you can tell that in January, February, March, and total, it's in the center. So I'll do that right now. So I'm clicking January, clicking, holding, dragging, and putting those titles in the center. There we go. ABC is a little bit larger. So I go up to I'm going to close these for now and just make this like 14 and bold. Maybe make it 12. Okay. The next thing, each of these rows are a little bit bigger than what I have in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and click in cell, or just row 2. And I'm going to click and hold and drag. Now, the problem is you can see that my hand is grabbing it. So it's actually not highlighting, but actually moving. I don't want to move it. I just want to highlight it. So I'm going to click and hold and not release. And now drag down. See the hand? It's still open. If you do not have an open hand, you will be moving the row, and that's not what we want it to do. So I'm going to release, and now I can go ahead and get the arrow, click and hold. Nope, I missed it, didn't I? Okay, so I'm just going to click in the middle. You can see that they're still selected. And that's going to move it down, which I don't want it to do. What I want it to do is to move the rows. Ta-da! So you have to get that arrow. So you can see how I made it a little bit larger. Okay, it's making all of the rows the exact same size. So let's do this once again. It is kind of tricky. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click in cell 2, row 2. I have my hand. Now I'm grabbing it. I don't want to grab it. Okay, so I'm going to click and hold in 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Release. And now I go ahead and get the arrow, click and hold, and drag it down just to make it a little bit larger. Okay, then you can see that everything is floating, and I think it looks pretty good. All right, so make your design just like this, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, before we get too far into the weeds, let's go ahead and change this title. We'll make it last name underscore first name underscore ABC. Okay, you can see that my titles I'm going to call this last name. No, let's just call it ABC. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and put our formulas in so that it will calculate. So I'm going to click in cell E3, and we're going to look for our function key, which is right here. It's a Greek alphabet symbol. It's called a sigma, which stands for a function. So we click on the shark's tooth, click on sum, and all functions start with an equal sign, and then the parentheses. Whatever's in the parentheses is what it is going to sum. So I click in cell B3, I hold it, and then I drag over to the cell D3. And you can see that it is in orange, and I release and press enter. There we go. So let's do it again. Go up to the function, go over here to sum, release, click in cell B4 this time, and move it all the way over to D4. Release and press enter. Now let me show you what happens if you don't press enter. Okay, this happens quite often. All right, pull down the sum key, go to the function. I'm going to click in cell B5, click, hold, drag, release. Thinking I'm done, I go ahead and click in cell B9, and oops, I've lost my function. All right, so I have to fix that. So, whoops, it keeps doing things. All right, so let's get it so that it is correct. We click in cell B5 and hold and drag all the way over to D5. Release and press enter. There we go. So in cell B6, I'm going to put another total. Come over here to the functions, sum. This time I'm going from B3 to B5, and I press release and I enter. There we go. Now, an easy way to get it to repeat instead of keep doing this one by one by one. If you go down here to the blue square and hold and drag and then release, you can see the dotted lines there. I release it and it automatically did the sum for me. Now this does this in a number of ways. It will try to think for you. So if I click a 1 and a 2, it's going to think for me. Click and hold and drag, hit the blue dot, drag it down. See how it thinks? If I put, let's say Jan, it might think for me right now. So let's click in the blue dot, bring that down. It did. January, February, March. It used the abbreviation. If I go ahead and type January, and I click, I'm hovering on top of the blue box and dragging down. There you go. This time, if I put a 1 here, let's see if it thinks for us. Drag it down. Nope, it sure didn't. So you gotta teach it just a little bit. 1, 2. Now if I click on number 1, drag it down to number 2, release, drag the dot down now, and there we go. So it's kind of fun. It will think for you. It will discover patterns, and it's just trying to help you out as much as it can. Okay, so kind of a neat little feature.